Hello there friends, and we are back in our latest property we have just refurbished, and we're in the kitchen. Now we're actually really happy with this kitchen because it was what it was. It was already pretty much like this. All we've come in and done is just change these lights up here and given it all a little paint. And it's amazing, you know, how much a big difference that makes, because there was smoker in there before, so the ceilings were pretty much yellow and it really stunk of smoke. So it actually smells lovely and fresh now, and we spent virtually nothing on it. So a big advantage when you're doing your refurbs is getting when the kitchen's already good. If you just got to paint it, maybe change the countertops, which we didn't have to do, all that stuff is cheap. It's when you sort of take out all the carcasses and you're paying, you know, builders, etc., or kitchen fitters to come in and fit it. That's where the money goes up a lot, and it takes more time to do your refurb. So great tip, get them when the kitchen's already pretty decent. So in the next bit of this refurb, we actually had these French doors behind us. Now the ones we had in here before, they were old, but we were going to keep them if we're going to be honest, because we were going to go stingy on it and save a couple of grand. But it turns out the lock didn't work and we couldn't quite pull it out enough, so they had to be changed, and it did cost us an extra couple of £1,000, and the sort of time and energy to get it done took a little bit longer. So definitely check the doors, which we didn't when we bought this, and we paid the price of an extra couple of grand. Having said that though, now it's in, they do actually look really lovely, and it lets obviously like so much light in. It's, you know, these are going to last us now hopefully, you know, 20, 30 years, touch wood, with a good bit of maintenance. So good little tip, check your stuff. We did get some new lights in here as well. So we always like to put in these different spotlights, as it adds a little bit more light to the room. And over here as well, we did actually do a different contrast. So we've all painted the whole thing white, but Dan painted this grey as well. And I actually do like one wall just to be a little bit different sometimes, breaks up the white, and it's still nice and neutral, so the tenants love it still. And we have this lovely sliding door that Dan's put in as well. So I actually really like this. If you're struggling for a little bit of room, which we were here, this one here just literally just slides in and out, and it's perfect for those tight spaces. And yeah, it looks really good as well, I think. I really like it. And my wonderful business partner Dan, very handy, plasterer by trade, but can do all this as well. Fantastic. It amazes me because I can't even paint the wall. So banisters, we had to put in a new banister into this property, as this is actually a legal requirement for if you're renting out property. So if we didn't have this, we wouldn't legally be able to rent it out, as it's a health and safety factor. Now in your own residential property, you wouldn't need this banister to be here, not legally anyway, but when you're renting out property, it's a completely different thing, and you must have it. And once again, Dan's put this in, pretty straightforward, but these ones are pretty good, as it won't show the marks too much. Sometimes you get those sort of like mirrored like stairway ones. They look great to start, but then once people start putting their fingertips all over them, they look pretty grubby pretty quickly. So keep it simple, these ones are great. And we are in the bathroom. Once again, we saved a good bit of money on this property, because the bathroom was pretty much as it was. It was in good order. All we've done is literally paint it. We've changed this light fitting here just for a more modern one, and we changed this light here. Now this window actually didn't work, but we managed to pull it out, take it to our people that we deal with in the window company, and they managed to fix it for us, because this internal mechanism was broken inside it basically, but it means we didn't need to put in a whole new window, which was good. So always check that as well, because sometimes you can save a little bit of money by just changing the mechanism rather than changing the whole window, which we did here. And in this room, so we just painted all of this room, changed the lights again, new mottle carpets, which we love, as they just last better when you're renting out a property. When you've got more of a mottle tone, it doesn't show up the marks. If you just had one flat colour, that could be a problem. Someone walks in with muddy shoes or whatever, and straight away it shows. But we find the mottle tone just lasts us a lot better, and we put this one in all our properties at the moment. Now what I really like about this property as well, we didn't have to do anything with the windows. These windows are absolutely massive. It lets in so much light, which was amazing for us. And we changed all the sockets here as well. We always go like silvery chromes to keep it nice and modern, much better than just the plastic ones. And this is actually papered, this wall. We didn't strip off all the paper. We literally just painted over it, and it was more just a time thing. Obviously it's better to take off all the paper, you need to have to replaster it all, but we just wanted to do it quicker. So, you know, it is just a rental property and it looks good enough. So we were happy with that. So we saved ourselves some time and energy doing that. And now we are in the master bedroom. Once again, we changed the light fitting here. We always like sort of multi-lights as it brings a bit more light to the room. Through that, the whole property, we changed all the handles to these nice silver ones, and we actually kept the doors. We just painted them and changed the handles. It was just cheaper, quicker, and yeah, it just looks more than good enough. These windows, again, absolutely massive. I mean, you could literally get a sofa out here and it lets in so much light, which I love this. And we just put some carpet in this cupboard that you see here. Now there was actually a massive hole here. It's my biggest viewed short, 16,000 views and counting, as there was just some random hole which had a load of crap in it, but we just put a bit of carpet in there, nice bit of storage for someone. And it's just good to, you know, when someone's living here, they've got loads of stuff to, you know, if they're a bit of a hoarder, they can chuck all the stuff away. It's not visual, and people like that. So yeah, make the most of these little spots where they are when you're doing up a property. And in our smallest room, once again, good sized window. You're not going to fit a double bed in here, but you definitely get a single, perfect for a kid's room. And this room as well was actually wallpaper on here. I don't know if it will come across in the video, but we've literally just, Dan used his spray gun, which he absolutely loves. Just literally sprayed over it and did it in no time at all, to be honest with you. And yeah, it looks good. It's definitely good enough for a rental property. So yeah, we just changed the lights and obviously the doors we painted, changed all the fittings on there because they were a bit old and out of date. And it looks good. So I'm happy with that. The only difference is when you paint a property or you spray it, when you spray it, if someone marks it, then it needs to like be resprayed again, which is a bit of a pain in the bum. So you sort of lose that way, but you gain in speed. It just takes, it's very quick to get done. But if you paint it, you can just touch it up. So there's pros and cons to it, but Dan loves his spray gun and we did do it in literally half the time, which was amazing, as we want to rent it out as quickly as we can to get the money back in again, and then hopefully we can go again. So in here, in the hallway, we've just gone for a different colour, just with the grey, and I absolutely love this, to be fair. It's the first time I've seen this. I didn't realise Dan was painting this grey, and I think it's great because it just breaks things up a little bit, so it's just not all completely white. And we've got one little feature wall downstairs, which is grey. This is grey, and I think it looks good. And once again, we just changed the lights in here. We have to put in obviously the smoke detectors on each floor, which is a legal requirement if you're renting our property. And we've got a carbon monoxide detector as well by the boiler, which is also a legal requirement if you're renting out properties. Now, this property, this is in Knapp Hill in Woking, was about 400 grand is what it should be. Dan actually saw this online, saw it was on for a long time, and it turned out to be people getting divorced and they really wanted to sell. They had a few people fall through and they dropped the price to £350,000. And we ended up making a very cheeky offer of £300,000, a little bit of back and forth, and we ended up buying it for £305. So now we've done it up, you know, it's probably gone up to about £400,000. There's £95,000 there that we've added onto the property, just with a quick refurb, not changing kitchen and bathrooms, actually just painting it, new carpets, French doors. You know, the whole lot of that refurb was probably under £10,000, which is pretty good going, but obviously we're not factoring in Dan's physical work because you know, he was doing that for free as it's his property as well. So, you know, if you had to factor in Dan's time as well, you probably got about an extra sort of £2.5–3 grand on top of that. But very cheap, you know, and what a great return. It's quite hard to create that type of income in any other asset, in my opinion. So it's good to look at properties that have been sitting on the market for a while. You know, people getting divorced, they hate each other. They don't really care about the money so much. They just want to get gone, especially if it's dragging on year after year. They have people pulling out, and that can be the advantage of, you know, selling to investors. Is it's a quick sale, and you know, we're not going to mess them around. We did have a little hit on this one with the stamp duty, as it cost us, I think it was about £6–7,000 extra on top of the stamp duty we were already paying, which was a pain in the bum because obviously the new Labour government come in and they changed all the rules on us, and we were about a couple of weeks after, sadly. So yeah, it cost us 6-7 grand if we bought it like 2-3 weeks before, which was painful, but it is what it is. And you know, there's no point crying over spilt milk, and we still got a great deal. So you have to look at the whole rather than just the singular bit. So this is it for this property. We will let you know when we have our next one and do our new tours. But I hope you enjoyed the video and got something out of it. Please like, subscribe and comment, and send it to any of your friends. Thanks for watching.